Good evening, everyone. For those of you in the East Coast of the U.S., it's evening. I am your host, Nico, and I'm alongside me is Boba slash Divine. How are you doing?
Pretty good today.
Well, this evening we're going to be broadcasting to you guys on Twitch the 2021 Empire at War 1v1 Space Cup group stage match. We're going to have Group G matchup with the number 3 high seed DarthCyfe6 versus the number 4 low seed Falcon. His in-game name is rylessj, so we're going to call him Falcon. That's what he wanted to be called. So we won't put any delay on this. We will go ahead and get started with the bans and get this match underway. So, a little bit of background information. Of course, Scythe is an oldie and a veteran player, has been around for a while, and we've already seen a match of his. But Falcon is a newcomer, and I have inside information that says he might consider himself to be a mid-tier player. So,
Oh, really?
we'll see how that goes. I got the inside scoop from Lanny, and he said that Falcon gave himself a medium skill rating, but is rather new to competitive.
Interesting. Well, he did say that actually, before the stream started, that he was actually studying how Scythe played in his previous match.
Sife's got his work cut out for him because the last guy he played against said that too.
Well, I mean, that player, to be fair, that player actually played pretty decently on the first map. I mean, he struggled on the second map, but I think that was a little bit due to inexperience. But so maybe this will be a repeat.
So Falcon decides to ban Polis.
Typical ban. Not very many people want to play.
Scythe with the indoor ban because he guess he's not used to the changes quite yet.
I think it's just actually just a common map that's being played at the moment, and it's nice to spice it up a little bit.
And Falcon with the Coruscant ban, probably not a bad decision for a newcomer to ban Coruscant. And he picks Kessel. So we're going to get a Kessel match on game 1, and Scythe will play Rebels.
Typical pick, as this map is pretty favored towards Rebels. One of the few Rebel maps in the game, actually, for 1v1.
I'll give Falcon his red color. I was informed he likes red. And we'll just wait for them to pick factions. We will get underway. Alright, game 1 is off.
What are your predictions?
I
2-0,
predict
2-1?
2-0.
Kuwait?
Scythe had the wrong map picked.
Oh, he was the host.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Was GLHF good game? You might want to host this one so we don't have to
I mean, he'd already hosted.
Okay. I'm surprised, like, out of everyone in the game, even the player who picked Kessel, like, no one saw that this wasn't Kessel.
I certainly didn't. I was
2 spectators and 2 players?
I was really anticipating. I couldn't wait for the match. Let me give him his color back.
Ooh. opting to go the orange route, though. Anyway, back to the predictions. What are your predictions?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen Falcon play, so being a newcomer, I have to say it's going to be a 2-0 sweep from Scythe. No, not to take any credit away from Falcon, it just we haven't seen him play, so I'm going to assume that the 12, 13-year veteran Scythe will be able to take care of business.
Oh, at least we hope so.
We do have reports that Steam servers are being a little wonky this evening, so it could be that our matches get cut short. We were already experiencing problems just trying to get the lobby hosted before. That was the delay of the stream. We had a little bit of technical difficulties because Steam was offline. So people are apparently getting kicked now from the lobby. Boba, you doing all right over there? We did go ahead and try to start this stream up knowing that there were going to be problems. So just bear with us, those of you in the audience. We're trying to get this game going, but we're having a lot of problems. As we have now completely lost contact with Boba. He is just gone. This is unprecedented, folks. We may have to start game one without him. Again, apologies also to those of you who are watching the stream that I don't have the overlay that Lanny has provided. I do acknowledge and appreciate his work on that overlay. He's done a great job, fantastic job. It looks amazing. I believe Rex and Lanny and Carson all use the overlay, and I would use it, but I've actually been really busy with real life, and yesterday was the first I was able to actually cast, and today, of course, I'm able to cast as well. And I'm looking forward to casting more matches in this tournament later on as I'm starting to get up more free time. And I'll, of course, work with Lanny on getting those overlays set up for you guys so that way we can have that ready to go, especially if I am to cast any of the playoff matches, which I'm really looking forward to in this tournament. I think we're going to have a pretty solid playoff. Of course, you all know that the playoffs will be 16, the top 16 players, the two from each group. And I think that the way the groups are set up, we're actually in for pretty good playoffs. So stay tuned for those playoffs. Well, the group stages will end on January 5th. And from there, we will announce the prize pool and the playoff bracket. So just keep that in mind. We are 2 weeks out from that. Welcome back.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go.
So, what's going on?
Well, I think my internet died.
All right.
I'm on my phone at the moment.
Would you want me to cast to the call? Or do you want me to just go ahead and start?
I mean, if you want. I mean, I'm gonna be on my phone, so.
Hopefully my computer will handle this. Alright, well, I'm going to cast to the call that I'm in with Boba, and we will go ahead and get started.
Oh wait, I think my internet just came back.
I think my internet just came back.
Yeah, it sounds like you are on your computer.
Yeah. I apologize. Could not predict that one. Typical EAW fashion to have a million issues.
Even not related to EAW, but it's still gonna happen when you're trying to play or watch.
If it's not sync errors, it's difficulties on the user end.
Huh, okay. Well, we are 10 minutes into the live stream and we are about to start game 1. Let's go.
We are just slowly generating hype. That's all it is. All right, no sync error.
Had to adjust my camera, but we are here. Cyphe off to a fast start.
Actually, changing the pathing of his X-wing. I think he was going to go to the pirate base, and then he decided to opt for the other mine. Another thing interesting, not a lot of players build the turret next to the rebel base mine because it's like so far away.
It is a laser turret, and you notice he stopped for it too.
Yeah.
Now, is this a blunder?
That is 100% a blunder.
Unfortunate start for Falcon. He had the mine captured, but forgot to build it.
I mean, he did say before this game started that he was going to try to replicate his StarCraft 2 APM, so maybe he was just trying to do too many actions that the game allows, because, Empire War being a very basic RTS game.
Cyphe elects to build a laser turret at the middle mine, but not the mine itself. And Rebels, just like I think the last time Cyphe played.
Ooh, Cyphe's X-Wing is not getting the double damage though. Honestly, he should have. I mean, he should have just built the mine if he knew that. If he scouted that the TIE fighters weren't there yet.
There's also a little bit of a melee happening at the pirate dock. So both players are allowing their right side base mines to just sit while they skirmish at the pirate dock.
Cyphe will take out the mine, but he did take a lot of casualties trying to kill the mine.
Well, let's see what happens next, because I'm wondering what's going to happen with these TIE fighters. If Falcon's going to send them mid. He's also swarming the pirate dock too. He's got a couple of different TIE swarms.
Yeah, but it doesn't really benefit you unless you're trying to kill mines. And it looks like he's going to try to take out the turret, which is not optimal. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to wipe out the turret instead of Cyphe's income. Cyphe, however, is warping another X-Wing. He's probably going to go send that one top left to block that mine. Unfortunately, though, it was in vision of the station, so now Falcon knows it's coming.
Cyphe, you'll notice Cyphe moved his X-Wing force just outside of the station range to send them up to the top right. I thought he was going to reinforce the pirate the merchant dock melee, but he didn't. I think he was just trying to maneuver around.
Nah, he was holding on to his X-wings.
The turret in the middle does go down, and he
And the
instantly
mine will be-
builds. But I think what's really hurting Falcon right now is he's not doing anything about Scythe's base mines.
Yeah.
Not even bothering to cross the halfway point of the map. And Scythe has double mine upgrade also. So he's up 2 mines with double mine upgrade. Now,
However, he's going to start putting pressure on the mines of Scythe.
and I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. That turret up, and also he's not sending a whole lot unless he's got reinforcements for the right side. We'll see. I wonder how long this middle mine's going to stay up. I wonder if Scythe suspects that it's up. He does.
Oh no, he does. He does, because even though the turret died, he still has vision of that area for a little bit, and he instantly built the mine. So he definitely saw.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Scythe just builds the turret, and it looks like he's doing, and then just runs away.
Of course, Scythe able to do that because he's up 2 mines. I will say this does look pretty rebel-sided, but definitely a little bit more from Falcon than I may have expected.
Actually, to kind of put in how much money Scythe actually has, he does have double upgrades on X-wings.
Oh wow!
So he, instead of building more X-wings, he opted to go spend literally almost 2,000 credits into upgrades.
In this scenario, how would you? Do you agree with that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because the shield upgrade is almost like it's unnecessary, and you don't really buy it unless you know you can afford it with with a lot of income. And I mean, he's at that stage where it doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what Falcon does right now. I think the game will pretty much go to Scythe, especially based off all these TIE fighters down here at the bottom right just circling the mine and not attacking it.
It has definitely taken them a considerable amount of time to take out this mine.
Yeah, he had 4 squads down there, and 3 of them were circling the mine.
And this is a skirmish in the top left that Falcon will not win. There's no chance with the upgrades and the 3 times the amount of squads.
It does not.
And he does call GG to that game. A valiant effort. I think it would have done Falcon some good to contest the mines a little bit sooner, and he actually would have made this game really interesting.
Oh, definitely. Even if he defended the top left and put pressure on the bottom right, and left the bottom left, it would have been a far closer game.
So game 1 goes to the high seed Scythe, and we are now 1-0 in this best of 3.
Are we hosting?
I guess I'll host. That works for me.
Oh, he did.
Oh.
We're all in here. Why are you late?
I was hosting.
What do you think Scythe will pick now? Ooh, Naboo.
So the high seed Scythe picks Naboo to play, and the low seed Falcon picks to play Empire.
Not surprised, really. New players typically tend to favor Empire. Especially on this map, as this is one of the harder Rebel maps in the game.
Hi.
Did you crash?
I did not.
Sinker. Alright, hopefully we can get this game going.
This game will be decided pretty quickly how it's going to go, depending on how Empire starts. We've seen a few newcomers not really go for the Rebel base mine. Looks like Falcon is going to go for that base mine, though. We'll see how hard he wants to hit it.
To be honest, I don't know if this is the ideal strat for Empire.
He puts up the laser and the mine. Of course, the mine's not going to survive. So does Scythe. Put up his laser and a mine as well. Now, I'm not sure what his ties are doing, but he needs to contest the map.
Yeah, it's not going to be good, because Scythe's other fighter is coming down to the bottom of the map, and he doesn't have anything there. And it looks like he didn't even drop his TIE fighters at Scythe's space mine.
Rebel elects to get firepower upgrade, and the mine just doesn't last. And now Empire ties are coming in, but it looks like he's sending all of them in. So he's going to have zero presence on the rest of the map, and Scythe knows this.
He actually doesn't, considering he doesn't have vision at the bottom.
I mean, he doesn't have vision, but I feel like he should know. You know, he just watched 4 ties get warped in at his base mine. He knows that his Empire 2 starting ties were at Rebel and Empire base mine respectively. So, I mean, maybe he doesn't know for sure, but I'm wondering if he actually thinks, there's no way Empire ties got sent down there. It takes...
Based off the pirate fighter warping, I feel like he was expecting something there.
Gotcha.
Scythe actually has the ability to build 3 mines, but he only can afford 1.
And Empire is rebuilding their base mine immediately. So Scythe elects to build the mine that's furthest from the TIE swarm.
I don't actually know where all of Scythe's money went, unless he's just holding on to fighters. Or potentially he maybe bought an IPV. Because if we do the math, there's 2 fighters, that's 1,000, so I mean there's still a lot of credits missing.
If Empire plays his cards right the next minute, he could bring it back to even here, because he's gonna be sitting on money where Scythe. Well, no, Scythe's mine just did come up.
I didn't actually see these because they don't show up on the minimap. Actually, no. I think he is actually broke because most Rebel players don't even build that, and with him building that, that's a lot of income that's lost.
Well, with Rebel Firepower upgrade, he's probably gonna try his best. He's definitely gonna want to kill this mine under any circumstances. Now, do you agree with Empire reinforcing the base mine here? Defending it?
Not really.
Because that's one tie that he said, not to mention it's not even doing anything right now.
If he had like 2 or 3, maybe. But if he's only gonna send 1, no.
Here comes a second.
Yeah, it's already too late though. The base mine's taking too much damage.
So this is interesting. Empire is putting up that mine, and Cyphe is just waiting. He knows about it, of course, but he's.
What was it Envision though?
Is it gonna go? Is he gonna be able to pop that before?
No, absolutely not. Not with them. Not with the X-wings being in the nebula.
Cyphe's got to be sitting on something. Like, he has to have an IPV or something in reserve, because if he doesn't, this is a fairly even match, I would say. He also has mine upgrade.
It looks like he's warping in pirate fighters at the rate they could build. So maybe he doesn't have anything. I'm pretty sure with building this turret, Cyphe lost a lot of money. Because like the downside of like playing Rebels is that you have to like pick and choose what you build, especially if you go the firepower upgrade. Like if you go firepower upgrade and this turret, you can't really afford.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't realize. So I knew you keep saying he had the turret, but I also like I pointed out that he had the firepower upgrade. I just didn't add one and one together to make two. He did buy both.
Like, yeah, so like three or 4 fighters. I mean, 4 fighters is 2,000 credits.
This will determine what's about to happen.
Plus another 2,000 just for the upgrade and turrets. I mean, like, that's a large majority of his starting credits, plus the mine that he built.
Come on, Falcon. Don't build that base mine. Do not build it.
I feel like he's going to be baited into doing it, based on losing the bottom left.
So Cyphe did reinforce the bottom left with a couple of pirate fighters. Falcon needs to recognize this immediately. He needs to wipe that out, because Cyphe's about to get his base mine back up. And if he's allowed to have 2 mines up, I think it's going to be over pretty quickly.
I think it's already looking pretty rough for our hero.
Falcon is going to send a tie over to that base mine, so he will discover that it's up, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything about it. He definitely has the firepower to take this mine out quickly. He just needs to make sure that they're not circling it.
I do believe he has enough credits for another mine, though, so he could actually build the bottom left and be pretty safe.
There are 2 X-Wings incoming.
Something Falcon should do is he should be trying to bait these X-Wings into the turret more.
Unfortunately, Cyphe did have 2 mines with a 2 mine upgrade advantage for about 30 seconds there. That's a lot of income that he just got over Falcon. Falcon, of course, with no mines.
Cyphe's also building the middle mine, so he's going to have that advantage again soon.
Yeah, that's sneaky. And the bottom left mine goes down. There's actually 4 plus 1. There's another 5th X-Wing coming in. That TIE Squadron might be... That TIE Swarm might be about to be gone. Falcon just unable to reinforce his attempt at taking out the Rebel base mine. And this looks over. I would say very valiant effort.
Yeah, he did play a little bit, like, well, not even a little bit. He did play a lot better than he did on Kessel. I wonder if that's also attuned that maybe he's just more experienced on this map, like Cyphe's previous opponent.
Shout out to Lanny. Cyphe apparently just used a waypoint. Couldn't tell you what for, but
Yeah, I don't, I don't know.
so at this point, Falcon does understand that he's down 2 mines. And he forfeits game 2. So the set goes to Cyphe in a 2-0 sweep as predicted, but not as expected, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, I was actually just expecting a blowout because I mean I didn't know who Falcon was, but Naboo was actually like, I mean it wasn't close, but it was close. If that makes sense. Like Cyphe always had like a upper hand, but like I don't know.
There was a point or two where I think Falcon could have made a play that would have made it very even.
Yeah, I agree.
He just didn't make the proper plays. So when he rewatches the footage, he'll know what he needs to brush up on. I think that this match has been a good learning experience for him, and it turns out that Group G might have a few mid-tier up-and-coming players that might make for some interesting matches.
Based off Cyphe's last 2 opponents, I mean, I thought Group H, or was it Group G, you said?
Yeah, this is Group G.
I thought Group G would be the weakest, but it's actually turned out to be solid matches.
Let's head over for the post-game interview.
There, see you.
Welcome, gentlemen.
What's up?
What's up?
So, the overall consensus is,
I got my ass kicked.
well, what happened basically was, we of course, we did predict the Cyphe 2-0 sweep, but it wasn't as expected. We would say that some of the setup and maybe there's a lot of potential for to make the matches pretty even if Falcon, if you just made a couple of plays, and I think we point them out if you go and rewatch your match, that if you had just made like a couple of very important decisions, you would have had a pretty good game, like pretty even match against Cyphe.
I need to be a lot more decisive. I was super indecisive at multiple points that cost me.
Boba and I both agree that Naboo is definitely a better match for you. While it was in Cyphe's favor for pretty much the entire game, it wasn't by a whole lot of a margin until the end.
Yeah.
Which was quite surprising. Like we were sort of impressed.
Thank you.
Cyphe always had the advantage, but you were like 1 play away from making it even.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better about what from my end felt like an ass whooping. To put it lightly.
Yeah, there was a couple times on the boo that I was like, huh, like this guy's already had his mind up for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I felt like the counter play, like I did a lot of talk pre-match with G-Man, and he helped a lot on Naboo. Because we talked about it, because I was like, because of the Ion Nebulas and all that. And I was intrigued, and so I did a couple of practice things on it, and it ended up being very useful.
Ion Nebula?
Or not the Ion Nebula, the thing in the bottom left.
The regular Nebula?
Yeah, the regular Nebula. I'm not thinking straight. Yeah, that. I was just thinking about that a lot, because that seemed like a valuable piece as Empire vs. Rebels, just because.
I did get a comment in the chat from Army Laura. Did say that Falcon did all right here. He just needs to get used to checking objectives more rather than trying to chase X-wings, and he'll be fine. And
yeah,
and we pretty much agree.
Thank you.
So, uh, I think Bob and I might both have a question for Scythe. The decision to purchase laser turret at non-Naboo and also get X-wing upgrade seemed to set you back quite a bit. Was that something that you were just intending to do, or was it a strategy? Explain.
Yeah, I just intended to do it. Just
Gotcha.
wanted some extra defense at my base mine, and then I wanted the laser upgrade to go pop his. So
It worked in the end for you, but
yeah.
would you say that that's a strategy that you would employ versus, say, I don't know, Realm or Lanny?
I mean, probably not. I guess.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so.
I'll have to go back to watch the film. Not this one, the other old film.
Any questions from you, Boba? Any remarks?
How was Waypoint, dude?
Well, I almost botched it, but then I remembered that in its infinite bugginess that you have to reset the move command in order for it to intake the first move command and then input the second command. So, it's a big brain moment. I felt pretty proud of myself.
Not bad, not bad.
Well, I will say, based on the match that we watched yesterday between Scythe and Brahmatic, and then this game that we watched today between Scythe and Falcon, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to Brahmatic versus Falcon. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
going to be a
figured.
pretty interesting matchup.
Yeah, if I can get a bunch of testing in tonight and a bunch of VOD reviewing, I feel like I can go into that match feeling pretty good.
That might be the match to look out for, and I might even try to cast that if you guys want to schedule it, because I'm actually looking forward to
But
that.
we've already got it scheduled. It's
Oh.
tomorrow, same time.
Sweet. Well, I'll be around, but yeah, if I'm not casting, I'll be watching. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. GG, safe.
GG's. Well played.
Thank you. You as well. I'm gonna go VOD review this.
Sounds good. Good game, all. With that, if there's no other closing thoughts, we'll go ahead and wrap this stream up, just so Falcon can go watch that now. And a couple comments in the chat. Let me just read real quick. Falcon did mention the chat. Thanks, everyone. Wish he was more custom. I think he'll get there. Just practice a little bit more. Of course, the veterans are always around looking for games. Laney and Scythe and Carson's always looking for games. Rex is a bit of a newcomer in recent years, but he's also gotten them pretty good, and he's also around to help look for games and train. There's a few people who will play with you to get better practice. Another comment from Jack Sparrow. I want to play Army in the playoffs. Yeah, we want to see that for sure. So make it happen. Make sure you get to the playoffs, and we'll watch it happen. And it looks like it's not really trash talk, but it's a little bit of jabbing going on. Army's getting back at them. So yeah, looking forward to the playoffs. I mentioned earlier in the stream while Boba was having technical difficulties that we're all looking forward to the playoffs. The top two from each group will go to the playoffs, and that format will be announced as early as January 5th. I'm not sure if that's when, but that's when the group stage ends. So yeah, looking forward to all that, and I'll catch you guys all in the next stream.
See you later.